Hi everybody, my name is John Andrews. I'm the social and digital media manager for Redport Information Assurance, and today's screencast is going to be on how to protect your Mac computer. So with that being said, let's get started. So the contents on what I'm going to be covering today, first is going to be my previous experience with a Windows over the last decade or so, before transitioning into my transition to a Mac computer. Then followed by the various steps you need to take in order to protect your Mac computer, starting with software updates and then antivirus and choosing the right one, which one that fits your computer specifically. Strong passwords slash keychain, which is a program that you could use to help protect your strong passwords, and then automatic logins, what you need to do in order to prevent any theft from entering your online accounts. And then file vault slash firewall, which is the last topic we're going to be talking about today. So with my previous experience with Windows, a few years back I was officially referred to and currently use an Apple product, but before I always operated on a PC computer that had a Windows operating system. HP, Gateway, Compaq, Dell, really anything you can imagine I've tried out, and constantly I had problems with the overall performance of these different kinds of Windows PCs. Eventually I just ended up getting tired of having to constantly delete programs I wasn't using just to free up more space on my hard drive, having to run virus scans on my computer, everything you could possibly think of in order to keep a PC computer healthy and running for more than a 2-year span. But with more and more upgraded components of a computer coming out, more people are transitioning to the upper end computers, more specifically Macs. And that leads us right into my transition to a Mac. I've had a lot of guys, including roommates, classmates, friends, family, tell me that the best way to avoid and protect yourself from using a computer is to just simply switch to a Mac. Reasons why? Because Macs are more of a stable platform computer than that of a Windows PC. What I mean by this is that a lot of hackers, virus developers, and other malicious software authors won't waste their time trying to attack a Mac because back then, not much of the population operated on this type of system. But as Macs are gradually climbing and climbing in the popularity realm, this is no longer true. So with every Mac user out there in today's society, each person has to take one extra step or a few extra steps in protecting the information they have and the data they store on their computers. So on to the first thing that you can do to protect your Mac. One of the first things to do in order to keep your Mac up to date on its security preferences is to simply stay up to date on your software. This means that anytime the pop-up picture that you see to the right comes up on your screen, update your software right away. A lot of people tend to ignore all of the updated messages that come up because they may be doing something that they feel is more important to them than stopping and updating the computer. This is basically how it works. When Apple releases an update for your computer, most specifically security updates, this means that there's already a threat floating around the internet that may lead to the installation of malicious software on your system. But if you're one of the millions that ignore these updates, you may be prone to acquiring this threat or virus without the update. So leaving these updates unattended for a few days, much less a few hours, leaves your computer system and operating system exposed to the viruses that may penetrate your OS. So don't ignore these updates. Another thing that Mac users haven't had to worry about in the past was the installation of antivirus software. But like I said, with more and more consumers purchasing Apple products and increasing the popularity in MacBook operation, viruses and malicious software will gradually start to increase for users on a Mac. So my second recommendation is that you install an antivirus program. A lot of the top antivirus companies such as McAfee, Norton, Symantec, and other developers offer this service. But if you want to save some cash and go with a free program, I would recommend Sophos Antivirus, which I will have down in the description bar, and a download link for you to download. Make sure too that you keep this up to date because there's no use in having an antivirus program if you're not going to keep it up to date as well for the same reasons. This next one is a little obvious, and it just takes some common sense, but most people I know like to use the same password for a lot of their social media accounts, bank accounts, shopping accounts, etc. But the problem with this is that if someone eventually finds out one of your passwords to one of your accounts, they're going to try that password for a lot of your other accounts as well, and then there goes your privacy. They then could go in and change the password to something of their own, or if they're generous, leave it the same. But this leads me to my third suggestion, and it's that you use strong passwords and different passwords for each account at that. One key feature that Macs offer, though, with the current version of OS X is a program called Keychain. This is a password manager that keeps all of your passwords for all of the accounts you have. It stores the password, and you can access it at any time if you end up forgetting your password for a particular account. With Keychain 2, you can set a master password for the program to enter into the main program, so that way there it offers just that much more protection for your own sake. The next thing that relates to this is the use of automatic logins. Again, if someone were to use your computer and log on to Facebook, for instance, you could be automatically signed into your account, and then voila, they have access to all of your information and could change anything they wanted to at any time. Even if somebody ended up stealing your computer, if you had a lot of your accounts automatically log you in, then you're in the ditch and can do nothing about it. Yeah, I know a lot of y'all thinking that it saves time, and with today's generation being the lazy of the past ones, we'd like to not have to key in our information every single time we access a website. But although yes, this means an extra keystrokes for you, it'll save and protect all of your data in the end, trust me. So disable your automatic logins, people. The next two features that Macs consist of to help in the protection and safety of information on your hard drive. First one is File Vault. You can access this through the system preferences and then the security and privacy option. Turning this feature on will encrypt your data stored on your Mac's hard drive. Pretty self-explanatory, but the only downside is that it takes a while to scan through all of your files and programs on your hard drive in order to complete the encryption. But it will encrypt all of your files. Next, you have the operating system's built-in firewall. You can access this also through the security and privacy option in your system preferences. For those of you who don't know what a firewall is, it's a piece of software that blocks incoming connections from the internet trying to access your computer. You may see this a lot when you go to download a program off the internet. You click on the download, and before you can install it, a little window pops up asking if you're going to allow the installation to continue. This is the firewall kicking in, and that's, its job. So if it recognizes an unknown source trying to come through, it prompts you asking for success or access to that program and installation. So those of you, those are just some of the things you can do to help protect your data and information from being accessed through your Mac. I'll do another video later on how to protect your Windows system. But with more and more of today's consumers purchasing and transitioning to the popular Apple products, I find it necessary to cover these aspects first. So with that being said, don't forget to check out our website at www.redport-ia.com, which offers quality information assurance and computer security. And also, go to our Facebook page /Redport and like our page. Also follow us on Twitter at Redport_IA.